Hi everyone, we're back with a reading today, a special reading. Today is October 24th, 2018. It is the full moon in Taurus, also known as the Hunter's Moon. So I wanted to do just a regular reading, just a special spread for the energies for the general collective. I'm not sure if this is going to be twin flame, twin soul related, or if this is just going to be for general light workers. But let's see if the messages resonate, what I get, what I channel. And see if the messages resonate with you. This is just going to be a general reading for the energies of the full moon. Now, if you saw my last pick a pile, it was the Twin Flame Edition Union Energies. You listened to the full intro, you know that it has been a very, very emotional time for me personally, especially with regards to my relationships, especially with regards to this ascension journey. I have been feeling just very energetically heavy, um, even drained, a lot of chaos, very confused inside of myself. And it's taking a lot of energy for me to remember, honestly, to pull back out of that 3D mindset, that ego mindset, and just remember who I am as a soul. And I'm trying not to be hard on myself. That's been one of my greatest lessons on this journey, is not to be hard on myself, to be gentle, as Spirit always reminds me, because it is a process. This ascension journey is a process, and we're going to regress as we grow. They gave me over the summer because I've felt this before. I've felt this regression. I've had a lot of shifts in consciousness, a lot of opening up of my gifts, a lot of shifting mindsets. Um, and then it would feel like I would regress back into who I was. And that would upset me so much. And I would just feel completely depleted, like a dark night of the soul, like a mini dark night of the soul. And, Spirit offered me this summer, when I was experiencing one of these, I guess you can call it episodes, they offered me the visual of a children's ride at an amusement park. It's those swings that go higher and higher and higher. But you don't just do one straight shoot up. And life is not like that. Life is circular. Um, these cycles, this process, this ascension journey is a spiral. Growth is a spiral, not a linear straight shoot, not a linear line. Um, so they gave me the image of one of those swing rides that it goes down and then it shoots up higher, and then it goes down again and it shoots up higher, and then it goes down again and it shoots up higher until you're at the top of the ride. And that is really what this ascension journey feels like. It feels like we always come back to our old selves, just with new understanding. And I'm starting to understand that and appreciate that, and not be so hard on myself when it feels like I've regressed, because the truth is, you and me and all of us on this ascension journey, we are not who we were. We're not. We have anchored into this higher vibration, and sometimes it will feel like we're pulled back down into who we were, but we can never go back. We can never go back to who we were. That's the beautiful thing about this entire journey, is we can't go back once we've made the choice to grow, and once we've made the choice to ascend and become lighter in ourselves, once we anchor into that higher vibration. Um, Episodes, that's all they are. They're just moments in time, moments in this existence that, you know, requires more growth. And that's what this week has been for me, is just tremendous growth. Not so much a shedding of the old, but it is stepping into the newness of who I am, stepping into my power, stepping into the realization of who I am on a soul level, and that I'm not what everybody thought I was. I'm not even what I thought I was. Um, and I think I'm starting to discover that more and more. I think I'm starting to understand who I am more and more on a soul level. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So all that aside, I just wanted to say that it has been an emotionally heavy week. It's been draining. I've spent a lot of time in bed, with, just a lot of tears, a lot of crying, full on sobbing and bawling, but that has been released. It's been a releasing of the energies, and I do believe that the full moon has played a part. I really do believe that, because the moon cycles are full of energy, and we are really affected by that energy. Um, The new moon is about beginnings. The full moons are about endings and release, and it's all about a cycle. It's all cyclical in nature, as everything in life is. Um, Now, when I say endings, that used to scare me. Endings used to scare me, because I didn't understand that it made way for new beginnings. I thought endings was like that was a cutoff, like that was the line, and the lines were drawn, and an ending just meant a loss of something that I wanted to hold on to. But I'm starting to understand. As I've surrendered more and more and released more and more and let go of more and more, especially this past year, what I've come to understand is that endings are just a way to make room for new beginnings, for something better and something new. Now, for my twin flame community out there, um, what I'm understanding is that it's just creating a shift in energy, these endings. It's not an ending with your divine counterpart. This week I thought I wanted to walk away from my divine counterpart because the journey was just so hard. And, oh, how do I say this without being harsh? Quite frankly, I thought that I deserved more for myself. I thought I needed to step into my power, but the truth is, I love my relationship with my divine counterpart, and I am strong enough to hold space for both of us. It's just sometimes I don't feel as strong as I am. And that's the truth. Sometimes I just don't feel as strong as I know I am to do that. Um, that does not mean waiting around for him. That does not mean hoping and wishing and staying in that stagnant energy that I had been in. It does mean moving forward in my life, but it also means moving forward with him. And so, what this full moon has been teaching me is that we're ending one cycle. I'm personally ending the cycle of waiting and wishing. And I'm learning to just accept what is and to be present. But we needed that. We needed that ending. We needed what happened. You know, we spent a lot of time, a lot of beautiful time the past few weeks together. But also the past few days was just throwing bombs at each other. Just, you know, everything that needed to come up to the surface as far as communication came to the surface, and it was painful for both of us and triggering for both of us and challenging for both of us, and quite frankly it sucked. It sucked. It was very, very painful, but I also held faith in my heart that this was what was needed to create a shift, and I knew that we would be okay, and I know that we'll be okay. Like, we're not really in communication right now, but I know that we'll be okay because of the love that's there. The love that is always in my heart for him, and the love that I always feel in my heart from him. I'm even getting emotional now because, it's difficult when you love somebody so much. Um, but you also have faith. You also have faith. So I do believe that this full moon, it's funny because in September, September 9th, there was a very powerful new moon. And that was a day for us that things shifted. And I understand now the power of the moons because of that. And now I feel like with this full moon, this hunter's moon, there's a lot of energy flowing through me. There's a lot of energy flowing through the collective. And what I'm understanding from this moon is that it's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of something new. And I do believe it's the beginning of something beautiful. The energy of the moon lasts for days before and after, plus or minus 4 or 5 days before and after the actual full moon. But today we're doing the reading on October 24th. It is the night of the full moon tonight. So my friend Julie is actually, I asked her if she had any rituals for me for releasing, especially releasing of emotions, releasing of the old, and she's going to come back with something. She's amazing. I want to suggest that you guys follow her on Instagram. Let me make sure I get this right. Hold on. Her Instagram handle is, she's Power Within. It's magical power within, magical_power_within. She's amazing. She's a beautiful soul. She does tarot as well. Has a lot of rituals for releasing and a lot around the moon cycles. Knows a lot. So go ahead and follow her. She's amazing. she's going to help me release any of the old baggage, any of the old karma I've been hanging on to, any of these self-limiting beliefs that has kept me trapped in this energy of waiting, in this energy of wishing, when I just want to experience love. Especially with my divine counterpart, I just want to experience love. And I know that there's love there, between us. And it might not look like I want it to look right now, but that's why I keep having faith. And I just want to stay present and just enjoy what we have. Um, that's been a lesson my whole life. My whole life I've been learning. So maybe this is the shakeup that I've needed. Maybe this is the shakeup that we've both needed, in order to grow and step into the next level of our being. Because I do believe that that's what's happening. I feel a shift coming. It's not here yet, but I feel it coming. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to become, but I have to keep having faith that, with the angels on my side, and, you know, with divine protection on our side, that it's gonna turn into something beautiful. And I think that this full moon is really going to change things for, the collective. I really do, especially for the collective that I read for. So again, I had a really long intro. I apologize, you guys. I have a lot to get off of my chest, apparently. So I want to get into this reading now. I did pull one card from each deck. I listened to Spirit. They said what decks they wanted me to use, and I did pull one card from each deck, and already I am seeing exactly what I've been talking about. So let's get into it right now. Okay, so immediately I wanted to pull two cards as just kind of like, clarifiers of the whole spread, but I want to go to these right now. Because I think that they are super important, especially to what I was just talking about. So this is the Arcanum Tarot deck. I love this deck. It's a beautiful deck, beautiful cards. But what we have, it's so interesting. What we have is a tower, and the tower is a shakeup. It is a massive, massive shift. It is like the universe coming in and shaking everything up and kicking your ass. And I feel like that's what happened to me personally. I feel like, you know, I could not stay in that energy of waiting for long. I just couldn't stay in that energy of wishing for something that was not here yet for long. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be here. It just means that I still have to live my life and appreciate what is. Abraham Hicks, they talk about this as far as manifestation. They say, as far as, manifestation, you have to raise your vibrations to get into the vortex. And in order for what you have in the vortex, in your vortex, all of your desires, all of your wishes to come down to you, you have to be a vibrational match. I wasn't being a vibrational match to what I want. I'm just not. Not when you're in stagnant energy, not when you're in latent energy, not when you're still stuck waiting and wishing for something. You have to move. You have to move and live your life. And this was a shakeup for me. And I think this is what's happening in the collective, especially the collective that I read for. I believe that we, especially in this full moon energy, we are being shaken up. The universe is kind of pushing us forward, pushing us out of any latent energy. Now, this could be relationships, especially for when I am reading for the Twin Flame, Twin Soul, High Vibrational Soulmate Collective. It could be relationships. It could be jobs that don't suit us anymore. It could be, home life, toxic relationships in our home life that no longer suit us, that we have to step away from. It can be friendships that no longer serve us. It can be even a location that is no longer serving us. If we feel the need to move or travel, this is what this energy is. It is the ending of latent energy. It is the ending of a phase or a cycle that for some has lasted for months, for some has lasted for years. But it is the universe pushing us forward and forcing us to get out of that energy so that we can get into something new. And it is something new and something beautiful. It's the Nine of Cups. It is fulfillment. It is joy. It is peace and harmony. And, you see how in this image, all of the cups are full. All the cups are full. This is your cups. These are your cups. This is your life. This is blossoming abundance coming into your life. And you see, oh gosh, it's beautiful. You see how she's coming out of the water? This is a rebirth for you. You're having the shakeup because the universe is forcing you out of that stagnant energy that you were in, forcing you out of what no longer serves you, because your vibrations have risen so high that you have to leave behind what no longer serves you. Especially for my light workers, Spirit is saying, as you move more and more into your mission work, you're leaving behind the work that no longer served you. So maybe it was a job that, paid the bills, but you want to move more into what makes your soul feel alive. Maybe it's relationships that were holding you back, and you want to move more into relationships that feel aligned with your soul, people who understand you. They say your tribe, your vibe attracts your tribe. So maybe it's moving you less, stepping back from those relationships that no longer serve your soul. Your soul growth is what Spirit is saying. But that is serving you, that you want to create more connections with people who actually serve your soul growth. Maybe it's a place that you've always longed to travel to or to move to, and you're finally getting the opportunities to do so. The Tower is suggesting it might not be happening in the way that you want it to be, but that's the energy. That is the universe kind of shaking things up and forcing you out of your comfort zone, to move to this better vibration, to move to this energy of abundance and blossoming. You cannot, if you are stuck in that stagnant energy, you don't welcome anything new in. If you are stuck in the old of who you were, and those old beliefs and those old karmic patterns, you can't move into a new cycle of who you are. You can't evolve. We have the evolution card. I'm looking at it right now. You can't evolve in your life or as a soul. But this is what Spirit is saying. They're saying, yes, we are forcing you out of that stagnant, latent energy, because we want you to have everything that you deserve, everything that you desire, and you can have everything that you desire. This is a rebirth for you. They're saying, look at this full moon as an ending. But endings create new beginnings. They're saying, look at it as, you are cycling out of the old and you're being born again into something new, something abundant, something that is blossoming. So that's actually really beautiful energy. As frightening as the Tower energy can sometimes seem, it is beautiful, beautiful energy, because the universe is supporting us. That's what Spirit is saying. They're saying you have your ascended masters, you have your archangels, you have divine protection. Know that it's not an ending as far as a loss. It's an ending to move you into an energy of abundance and something greater. So that's actually beautiful. If not uncomfortable, I mean, I'm also hearing it can be uncomfortable, but have faith in that. Okay, so I'm going to move to the oracle cards now, and see what this spread has to say. I'm immediately being drawn to this heal card, and I believe it's in conjunction with this evolution card. Now, we've been getting, let me see that. Now I'm going to put this down. Now we've been getting this heal card quite a bit, and the message is the same here. The message is the same, and what they're saying with this with this full moon is you're becoming something new with the full moon. You're ending a cycle. You are being reborn, and this image especially. There we go. This image especially, it's funny that we're getting a glare right here where the image of the light is. Can you guys see that? That's kind of, well, okay, sorry about that. Maybe you can see it better over here. Like, there's an image of a light here, like he's being born again into light and breaking his chains and welcoming this in. It's kind of funny that the glare was right there, because it's kind of like Spirit is saying, yes, do you see you're being born again into this new light, into this new way of being? This is not an ending. This full moon is just a release of the old so that you can step into the light and come into the new and release the bonds that held you back. These chains are being broken, And what Spirit is saying is that He has broken the chains Himself. You are breaking those bonds yourself. Anything that has held you back, you're doing the healing work. You're doing the healing work and evolving. And as you evolve, you're breaking any restrictions that you had, any fears that you had, any resistance that you had as you step more into the lightness of your own being, as you step more into your soul self. Now, they're also being calling me to this here. Let's see if I can show you guys. There is a blue light at the heart chakra. I'm getting two messages here. One, they're saying you're opening up your heart chakra, and we're being called to that with this card as well, which I'll get to in a minute. But they're also saying with the blue, they're saying communication. They're saying communicate with yourself. Have honest conversations with yourself. Look inside of yourself and express yourself as who you are, as the soul that you are. And part of expressing yourself as you are is releasing the old of who you are and stepping more into who you are. It's all about identity. It's all about knowing who you are on a soul self and being willing to share that truth with yourself, and share that truth with others. They're saying it's all about being true to who you are and being willing to express that to yourself and to others. So, we're moving very fast. The messages are here. They're coming very quickly. We're going to move to this woman holding a heart energy card. And what they're saying along, because they pulled me towards this image of the light at the heart chakra, where the placement of the heart chakra is, and then they had me go to this card for the message. And what they're saying is that you're moving more into your heart space. You're opening up your heart chakra. Look how large that heart is. And she's holding it in her hands. This woman is holding it in her hands. This is you stepping out of that darkness, stepping out of the restrictions, letting go of the chains that kind of built a fortress around your heart. You're unblocking your heart. And as you unblock your heart, you come more into the wholeness of who you are. You transform. There's a headdress of just butterflies. And what's interesting here is that she also has, I'm being pulled to the color of her hair here. It's violet. And that violet energy is crown chakra energy. We have that here as well. It's all about connection to the divine, connection to your, well, it's crown chakra and brow chakra, third eye chakra, connection to your intuition, connection to your higher self. You're stepping into that. The more you step into your heart space, the more you step into the connection with the divine, to connection to your spirituality, connection to your own soul self. And that's what they're saying. As you heal, as you break free from these bonds, and these bonds are also the old of who you are, old relationships, old places, old jobs that no longer serve you. As you release all of that, and that's what this full moon is all about, is releasing and healing the shadow aspects of yourself that you held on to, releasing all of the old. As you release that, you step into the heart of who you are, and that heart just expands and expands and expands, and it's just love. You expand with love, for yourself and for others. And if you're in a twin soul, twin flame, high vibrational soulmate relationship, that's going to reflect in your relationship as well, because as you release the bonds and heal who you were, step more out of the ego 3D of who you were and step more into alignment of love, because love is who you are. You are love. As you step more into that and release any restrictions and any fear and any hesitation and any resistance that's been holding you back these past months, especially with this last moon cycle, you step more into something new. You step more into something more authentic, and you step more into your soul self, and who you are on a soul level is love, is just love. I'm being called to this evolution card next, and what Spirit wants me to say is that you are evolving. This is all a process of evolution, and this moon cycle this full moon is showing you that evolution. This is a transformation. This is a change within yourself. It's a chance for you to grow and to heal as you release more of the old and step into the new. Because what follows the full moon is a new moon. It's all about cycles. Endings and beginnings and endings and beginnings, and life is circular like that. Life, that is the balance, that is the flow of life, and that is our own evolution. We release, then we fill back up, then we release, then we fill back up, with more and more and more of who we are on a soul level. That is what growth is. That is what evolution is. I've channeled this message before, and Spirit is calling me to these images, and they want me to remind you of this message. These three circles, I have two messages here. One is that this is the Trinity. This is who you are. So this is especially for my twin flames. You guys are one soul. Do you see how these two lights are merged? You guys are one soul. And you're coming more and more into alignment with yourself. And I believe that the message here, what Spirit is saying to me right now, they're saying, yes, keep going. This full moon is going to create a major shift in your relationship. I'm not sure what that will look like for everyone. I'm not even sure what that will look like for myself, to be quite honest. But what they're saying is keep having faith. They're actually calling me to this visualization card as well. It says imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. They're saying that you have the power to manifest. Oh my gosh, okay. They're also calling me to this call to action card. Oh my gosh, so many messages. I'm going to try to take it slow. We'll get to that in a second. They're also calling me to this visualization card. They're saying that you guys are stepping into a new phase in your relationship. You guys are evolving in your relationship. You are stepping into a new level of love. So this shift is a new thing. Whatever you had in the past, whatever your experience was with your divine counterpart in the past, you guys are, even with the heartache, even with the pain, you're releasing all of that because you're breaking through the bonds and you're healing yourselves. You're stepping more into alignment with love. And as you step more into alignment with love and heal yourself, you're stepping more into alignment with your divine counterpart. You're merging into one soul again. You're merging your energies. And I'm being called to say, listen to the last pick a pile. Specifically, if you're resonating with that message, I'm going to tell you, listen to group number, I believe it was 2. They're giving me that message. They're saying don't even tell them to pick a pile. Just go directly to group number 2, because that was all about, there's going to be some in the collective who are afraid of losing their identity as you merge your energies. But there was a very adamant message there that I channeled in group number 2, and they're saying do not be afraid. Do not be afraid, because you do not lose your identity as you merge with another. You just become stronger within each other. And that's the message here, is that your Trinity, it's you, your divine counterpart, and the divine. Whatever you call that source energy, whatever you call that pure unconditional love, you are evolving into that. You are that Trinity. You are merging all 3 energies, and that is what it is all about. It is all about love energy. That's all it is. It's just love energy, unconditional love energy is what they're saying to me. Excuse me. But they're saying to keep that connection. That's what the connection is. It's keep that crown chakra open. Keep that connection to the divine open. It's interesting here because we even have a full moon here in this image, and these cards were not pulled by accident. These messages are coming fast and furious, and you see we have a figure here meditating, and the crown chakra is open. What Spirit is saying to me is that there are very powerful and intense energies happening with tonight's full moon. I don't entirely understand what that means. I'm just trying to have faith in that. But what I'm channeling through Spirit is that, number one, your crown chakra is opening, especially with the Hunter's Moon, especially with the end of October. What Spirit is saying is that the veil is thinning between spirit worlds. And so you're going to have, your gifts are going to be open. Your connection to the divine is going to be open. I'm even hearing that there's going to be a merging of dimensions happening. So the 3rd dimension through the 5th dimension and above, that's going to be kind of collapsing and merging. So I'm not sure what that means, but that's a message there that I guess, I'll see. Maybe it resonates with some of you, but that is the message that I'm channeling. They're saying keep your focus. They're saying trust your experience. They're saying imagine what it is that you want, set your intentions, know what it is that you want to release, know what it is that you want to manifest for your future, because that future, whatever it is you believe in, whatever it is you desire, whatever it is that you want to manifest from a place of pure love for your life, you're releasing the old, and you're allowing yourself to welcome in that manifestation as you release the old. This is a very, very strong energy, this full moon. I don't think I understood that until I started this reading. All I felt was energy moving through me. I did not feel good today. When I woke up this morning, not just, the emotions, but just a heaviness, a feeling like a feverishness. And I just knew that that was pure energy moving through me. And I already, as I'm channeling these messages, I'm already feeling lighter. I'm already feeling better. Because these messages had to come out. The energy is just so strong, and it's just moving through me through so quickly. That's what they wanted me to channel. Sorry for that little break there. If you guys noticed that, I accidentally stopped recording as I was waking up my laptop. So, okay, let's keep going. The last card we have here is the call to action. It's Commander Ashtar. It says, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. And it's interesting. The message that I'm getting here there's a couple of messages. Oh, actually, they want me to go back to this evolution card first, because there was a message there for the twin flames, but there's also a message here for the general collective. And the second message that they wanted me to say was that you, as your own soul, are evolving. And you see how these images are getting higher and higher. These light forms are getting higher and higher. That is you. As you break through the bonds that have been holding you back, you're stepping more into the lightness of who you are on a soul level as you ascend. And this is your ascension. This is your ascension, coming more and more into light, coming more and more into the authentic soul self of who you are, releasing, as you release all that soul sludge, as you release all those self-limiting beliefs and all that past karma and all that past pain, you are coming more and more into the lightness of your own being, more and more into your authentic soul self, becoming lighter inside of you and ascending. This is your evolution. This is your ascension. That was the message Spirit also wanted me to say. Now, going to this Commander Ashtar call to action card, what they're saying is that manifestations cannot happen without action. They're saying that releasing and healing cannot happen without action. It's like I was saying in my intro, you cannot stay in latent, stagnant energy for long. You have to take action. You have to take charge of your own life. If there's a job you're unhappy with, you can't, if you stay in a job that you're unhappy with, or a relationship you're unhappy with, or a place that you're unhappy with, you don't allow the opportunity for the universe to come in with something new. If you focus on what is, you get more of what is. But if you manifest, if you imagine, if you visualize, that's when you allow those manifestations to take place. That's when you allow those, what Abraham Hicks calls those rockets of desires, to get into your vortex. And as you raise your vibrations, you allow those desires to come to fruition. That's how manifestation works. That's how law of attraction works. But you have to take the action yourself. You have to release the old in order to make room for the new. You can't, if you have a house that is full of furniture, you can't bring new furniture in because there's just no room for it. There's just no room for it. If you have a car that's filled up with gas, you have to empty out first. You have to take that drive, go for a drive in the country, expend the gas so that you can fill back up. You have to release the old in order to fill up with the new. And what they're saying is that the new is going to be better. The new is going to be better because you're healing, because you're releasing those bonds. You're releasing the old, and what the old was just restrictions. You're stepping into the light because you're anchored into that higher vibration. But you have to do the work. You have to take the action steps. If you want what you want, you have to do something about it. That's what Spirit is saying. It's funny because when I was pulling the decks, I went to this goddess guidance deck, but I felt called to the Keepers of the Light, which is this one. But I kept going back to this one. I'm like, I feel like I want something there. I just wasn't sure what. But we're finished. I don't have any more messages for this spread, but I feel pulled once again to this deck. So I'm going to pull one or two cards and see if there are any final messages for this full moon reading. See if there are any additional messages for the collective here, for what we've said, because there's a lot of intense energy. I feel good right now. I feel like the energy moved through me. I feel like a lot of that burden and that intensity has passed. I'm still feeling quite emotional as regards to my own situation with my own relationship, but I feel like that's going to resolve itself, because there's just so much love there. And what Spirit is calling me to say for you guys is just come, that's too many cards, is just come from a place of love. Just keep holding love in your heart for yourself, if you're in a relationship, for your counterpart, for your life, for your soul, for the divine. Just keep holding love, because love is what's real, and you are love. And you're stepping more into the light of understanding that you are love. So, especially as this full moon is they're saying release the belief that you are anything but love, and step into the light of your own being. Understand that you are evolving into a soul that is just full of pure love. Okay, it's interesting that I was able to channel that message when I was shuffling. Shuffling is a very meditative practice for me. So, okay, Spirit, can we get, please, one more card for the collective? One more card of guidance for the collective. Oop. What did I just say? Honestly, you guys, like, you saw me shuffling. I can't make this shit up. What did I just channel? What did I just say? This is amazing. Like, I want to cry. This is so beautiful. We got Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Unconditional love. It says, love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. What did I just channel? This is, like, crazy. This is crazy. Love. Love. Just, you guys are so full of love. You're in a high vibrational place. You're anchored in there. You're evolving. Just release the old. Release what doesn't serve you anymore. And it doesn't have to be people, places, or things. Sometimes it is, so the new can take its place. But what they're really saying is release the old patterns of belief. Release the old fears that were holding you back. Release the resistance. Release and heal who you thought you were as you evolve into who you truly are. And who you truly are is unconditional love. You guys, that's just beautiful. With that, this reading feels complete. So I wish you guys a happy full moon full of love. We're going to check back in at the end of the week with another pick-a-pile for the Twin Flame community and the energies there. In the meantime, make sure you follow our Instagram. Make sure you follow our Facebook page. We have some special goodies going up there all the time. Yeah, I have so much love in my heart right now. So much love for you. So much love for myself. So much love for my counterpart. Just so much love for the world. It's just beautiful. This has been beautiful. So I want to say thank you. You know, you in this community, whoever you are that's watching this, I love you. You're beautiful. And don't forget that. Don't forget who you are on a soul level and who you are as love. All right, you guys, I will catch you later.